Hello and welcome to episode 23 of me painting. Today, we're doing something that I haven't done before on the channel. I've done a few, if the pipes will stop running, I've done a few just in general, off camera, but I'm going to be painting on paper today, because I don't have any canvas. Well, I have one big one but I can't be bothered with that one today. So what I've done is I've got this sheet of paper here and I've taped it onto this piece of MDF so that I have a solid surface to work on and so that it doesn't slide all over the place when I'm painting. So, now that that's out of the way, I don't have any plan. I'm going to take the lids off all my paints. I also discovered a new sort of technique which is for speediness, and also it just ends up making the painting better, is to have all your paints open at one time and have a paintbrush for each. I don't even think you can see, I've got a lot of paintbrushes here. To have a paintbrush for each colour, and that way you can swap between them much faster and you don't have to wash the brush every time, which is what I usually do. And I've ended up with a couple of quite good paintings using that technique, especially this one. This one here is my previous painting. That one isn't even online yet as we speak, so you're getting a preview of that, although I'll put that one online before I put this one online, but that's not the point. So, right. We begin with I think, grey. We'll start with. So I'll just add a little bit of water to that, because they dry out over time. Just having a little bit of water just refreshes them. And what brush should I use? This one, I think. Yeah. Oh, also I need to get a piece of paper, because the last piece of paper that was my sort of cleaning thing was I used as a collage on this one. I just get this piece of paper here. This is going to be my new brush cleaning thing. So I get this brush here. It's quite thick. I think it's about 1 inch, but it's quite a stiff brush as well. It doesn't flex particularly easy. Whereas if you look at this one flexes very easily. This one offers up a bit more resistance. So I'm going to get the grey. So what I've kind of been doing first is step one is to get rid of all the white. If you're a painter, you already know that, unless of course you want white in the painting, but I usually prefer to add white paint rather than just leaving white. I usually start at the edges and just do this. I don't have particularly immersive commentary, I'm sorry about that. And now he puts a bit of paint. And he's putting a bit of paint on the canvas, and he's putting a bit of paint on the canvas, and he's putting a bit of paint on the canvas. Yeah, great. Now of course this absorbs paint quite differently to the way a canvas does. It absorbs it. The canvas doesn't really absorb the paint that much unless you really thin it out. Yeah. Time to swap paints. What colour should I do now? Green, because I don't like it, and so I should put it on the first layer so that I can get rid of it later. What brush? Well, this brush has kind of already got some green on it, so I might as well use this one. I also like to get a bit of water on the brush first, actually. I don't know why I don't like green in paintings that much, because it's one of my favourite colours in the rest of the world. Like, it was my actual favourite colour. I don't think I really have a favourite colour anymore. But I know it used to be my favourite colour, so I don't really know why I don't like it in paintings that much. I guess it looks a bit more, it looks a bit like nature. It looks a bit like obviously trees and grass and stuff, and then you run the risk of people saying, oh, it's a field, or oh, it's a tree, or that kind of stuff. I hate it when people do that to my painting. So that's why I assume I don't like it. Yep, swap again. Now we'll do this red, there's not much of this left. So I should reuse the last of this while I've got it. This kind of red, maroonish colour. That's kind of a maroon, isn't it? I don't have colours. Yeah, that's pretty much that. Done. I'll wash up this can. Orange, 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 orange. Now I think back to the grey. And blue. In case you can't tell already, there's no plan. There never is with any of my books. Well, that's not true, some of my paintings have a plan, but the abstract expressionist one's done. And that's what this is. Just got a bunch of splats then by accident. But it doesn't matter, because nothing matters, cosmically, but speaking philosophically, you know, nothing really matters. And I think that's what makes life great, is you can do whatever you want. Within reason, you can't go around killing people. Well, I mean, you can, but, you know, you probably shouldn't. Anyway. So that is layer 1. Now, I would say we'll leave that dry, but it kind of already has started drying at this part. And of course, I have this little bit of paper here that I can use to assist in the drying. So I'm just going to go right on. This white here, I'm going to add a little bit of water to it just to help it along a little bit. This is my favourite brush. I very nearly lost this brush because I was doing a painting and I like to experiment putting different things in it. And my mum has these, like, she makes things out of resin, and so I put a bit of resin in it, and that nearly completely destroyed the brush, but luckily we managed to get it out so that I won't make that mistake again. I think I'm just going to be using paint from now on. And not adding any weird stuff to it. Right, where can this go? So this is where you have to start putting a little bit more thought in it, even though I don't really like putting thought into it, so I'll try not to. I'm going to do a little bit of black. Also, you don't want to use too much black because it can go very wrong if you use too much. Try and be subtle with the black. And try and blend it into other colours as well to make it less intense. Blue, but then go lighten the blue with a little bit of white. Well, I didn't quite go as to plan. I wasn't getting out my glasses. I didn't, thank God. That's interesting, isn't it? Anyway, that kind of had the intended effect. Not quite, but the blue is a slightly lighter, whatever. A slightly lighter shade now. This green, I'll try and change this green into a slightly more pleasant colour, because it's very natural green. I'd like to try and make a more unnatural green with some more as white. I'll try and get it in a slightly more sensible manner now. Get it off the I didn't change it too much, but whatever. That's a much better green, I think. You probably can't tell the difference on camera, but it's a much better green. You can tell by the fact that I can bear putting it all over the place. This is basically just how I do it. Is just keep adding layers upon layer upon layer upon layers. And eventually you get somewhere that's bearable. And hopefully from bearable you get to good. I'm going to do something now that a lot of people don't like. A lot of people don't like when you use bubble wrap. Do you want to know what that makes me do? It makes me do it more. I think I'm going to do grey. I don't really want any of it showing on the upper layers, but it's good to just get texture on the under layers. Of course, if you do it into wet paint on the canvas, you then just get to transfer that all over the place. It just gives you more information to work off of. This orange I don't particularly like either, so I'm going to try and alter that somehow. Maybe with some black. Now, of course, you want to be careful with black because you can overdo it. And once you've overdone it, it's very difficult to actually then fix what you've overdone. So you want to be careful with it. See, I've overdone that. And now I've just made it grey. Crap. Well. Oh, god damn it. Well. I didn't like the colour anyway, so it doesn't matter. Let's make a new colour. A colour that no one's ever seen before in the history of the human race. What have we got here? We've got this kind of flesh colour. Let's do a kind of flesh colour. My business. And on top of that, we'll put a kind of red, and that should turn into a kind of pink. Not that one. This one. There we go. Now they're kind of pink. Nice pink colour. trying to make sure I keep these out of the way of the camera so that nothing's... you know, nothing's in the way. Yeah. I think it is actually quite amazing how quickly you can get to a pretty alright state just from doing a bunch of random stuff, and sometimes I can work on a painting for hours. If I'm being more careful, I can work on it for days without it getting really any good. And yeah, when you don't think about anything and you just kind of, well, you think very lightly, but you don't study and you don't have a plan, you can get to, I mean, I think this is a pretty good painting. And I've been working on it for, let's see how long. "20 minutes. That speaks for itself, really, doesn't it? Still not done, obviously. So now I'm just sort of looking and seeing if there's any little bit that I don't like and going back and correcting it. Okay. I think that might be doodly. Possibly. Or possibly not. I'm basically just trying to get rid of all the green that I put in now. So there, I think that's done. I hope you people have enjoyed this video of me painting. If you have, subscribe for more. And I hope you guys get some inspiration from it. See you next time.